you have an 02 to 06 Honda CRV that seems to be pissing oil all over the ground, and you changed your valve cover gaskets, as I have, the valve cover gasket anyway, then check this right here. This is, I can't remember what it's called, it's some kind of a filter, a screen, and it's not usually the housing, according to Honda, that cracks. It's this little gasket, and if you'll notice, that crack right there was creating an absolute deluge. I mean, it was just pissing oil. So we're gonna put that back together along with our new alternator. Look at all the grease and the oil and the grime. It's just such a messy job. But of course your motor mount has to come off, so you got to support your engine with the jack down below. And alternator's got to come off. We would change that anyway because this oil has absolutely destroyed the alternator. We're gonna put a new tensioner on. It goes right here. Here's our new one. And I think it was giving me a detonation sensor, which is down underneath here. So we're going to probably go ahead and take this manifold off, which makes it easiest when it's in this position. I took off the top radiator support, just a few bolts and some little clips from your wire harness. You just squeeze them out and it'll pop out of these. There's a bolt on the bottom, a 10 mil, and then there's some on each end, and it just makes that a lot easier. You got the radiator supports, you pop them off. This one, there's such a pain in the butt to get to down there. I just pulled this one up and over, but it gives you a little wiggle room with the radiator. Move the coolant reservoir. This first fan, which I think is the, I think that's the radiator fan. I think this one's for the AC. Either way, a couple bolts it pulls out. It's got a couple harness and a clip down at the bottom that gets come out. That's the alternator. I'm going to spray all this down with engine degreaser, and I'm going to cover up all the electrical connectors with zip locks and rubber bands or something. But I'm going to get this back on first. But that's it. And you can get this part on Rock Auto, which I did. There's other places you can get it. You can get it through Honda. It's about 15, 20 bucks at Honda. I think this was 3 or 4 bucks. And my screen is pushed in. I'm debating on just replacing this whole thing. Best place I found it was online. It was a $32 part, and I don't remember where. I can put a link in it. But I think that crack right there has told me everything I need to know. And it's super small. I mean, that's my finger for reference. It's, but yeah, just a mess. That's how you take care of a leak if it's coming from the front. There is a V, some people call it a VTEC. It's a VVT thing. We have had to do this on another Honda before, but you'll know because the oil pisses from the back. So between that in the back and this in the front, and or the valve cover gasket, that's your main oil leak problematic areas that I've seen. And a valve cover on neither one of the Honda CRVs we had actually leaked, but it was the easiest to tackle, even though I knew I had to replace the alternator. So power steering pump just unbolts. What I do is the reservoir is in the back of the truck right now. This lower hose that goes to the bottom part of the reservoir tank, I just put a bolt in there and put the clamp back on and just kind of tuck it back behind the AC line, and it keeps it out of the way. And there's nothing here that I cut a little bit of one of these shopper towels and stuck it in the hose that goes on top of the reservoir that feeds the pump. And then it's just 2 bolts that come off, and you just set that aside. I put it back there off the engine, disconnect it from the little clip there. Plenty of room to work on once this stuff is out of the way. Actually, very easy to get to everything at that point.